raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony that you give is the truth and the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Have a seat, please, ma'am, and I'll ask you to sit up close enough to get the microphone adjusted so that you can speak. And I'm going to ask you to state your name and then spell your name for the record, please.
My name is Rebecca Cone, Rebecca, Cone, Cone.
Counsel?
May it please the court? Good afternoon. Will you please introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Rebecca Cone,
And where do you work?
the Baker County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been with the Baker County Sheriff's Office?
25 years.
What is your current position?
I'm a detective.
How long have you held that position?
3 years.
Have you had other positions here at the Sheriff's Office?
I have a dispatcher, emergency management director, evidence custodian, and the crime scene technician.
And back in July of 2023, what position were you holding?
A detective and crime scene and evidence technician.
On July 19th of 2023, did you respond to 4596 Estate Street here in McClenny, Florida?
I did.
Why did you do that?
I was directed there for a child death.
And can you please tell the jury what you did when you responded to that location?
When I got there, I photographed the scene and collected evidence from the scene.
Can you please tell the jury, have you had training in photographing crime scenes as part of being a crime scene technician?
I have.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Detective Cohen, I'm handing you what's been previously marked in the state's deposit exhibit J1 through 5. Can you please take a look at those and see if you recognize what they are?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
They're photographs of the defendant's vehicle.
Did you take those photographs?
I did.
They fairly and accurately represent what you recall from July 19th, 2012.
They do.
Have they been altered or tampered in any way?
No, sir.
Your Honor, state would like to move in states J1 through 5 as exhibit as evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
They will be received then as 9A through E.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
Detective Cohen, if I can have you focus on the screen behind you here in just a moment. I believe this would be states J1. Could you please describe to the jury what we're looking at here?
The defendant's vehicle.
And to your knowledge, had it been moved at all?
No, sir.
And you took this photograph?
Yes, sir.
This is at the location that you responded to?
Yes, sir.
Go to the next, this would be states J2. And what do we see in this photograph?
The defendant's vehicle, the door is open on the driver's side.
And can you please tell the jury what is inside the vehicle?
It's an infant carrier.
J3, the next photograph. Again, Detective Cohen, what do we see here?
Infant carrier, a diaper bag, and a pink blanket.
J4. What is in this photograph, ma'am?
Infant carrier, pink blanket, diaper bag.
And is this photographing the vehicle as law enforcement found it that day?
Yes, sir.
And J5, again, ma'am, if you could tell us what's in this photograph.
The infant carrier.
And Detective, did you also go into the residence at that location?
I did.
And did you take photographs inside there as well?
I did.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Detective Cohen, handing you what's been marked as State's Composite Exhibit I-1 and 2. Will you again take a look at those and let us know if you recognize what they are?
I do.
What are they?
Photographs from the inside of the residence.
Fairly accurately depict what you recall on July 19th, 2023?
Yes, sir.
They didn't alter or tamper anything.
No, sir.
You understand we move in State's Composite Exhibit I-1 and 2 as item new to the State's 9A and B? 10A.
Any objection?
No objection.
They will be received in State's Composite Exhibit 10, A and B.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Brandon?
All right, Detective Cohn, here in just a moment, again on the screen behind you. I believe this would be State's 10A. Can you please inform the jury what we're looking at in this photograph?
This is the kitchen of the residence.
And this was on July 19th when you responded to the scene?
Yes, sir.
This would be State's 10B. Please let us know what's in this photograph as well, ma'am.
This is a back porch area, and there was a kennel with a dog.
Detective Cohn, while you were on scene on July 19th at that residence, did you do any other investigating or collection of evidence?
I collected the items out of the vehicle, but nothing from within the residence.
And was there any testing performed on the vehicle or anything else that you were involved with?
The only testing was with a heat gun to determine the interior temperature of the vehicle.
And did you perform that testing, or were you with other emergency services or law enforcement?
I was with Fire Chief Blanton.
And was Chief Blanton the person who performed that analysis?
Correct.
Can I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
No other questions, Your Honor. Tend to the witness.
Cross-examination?
Good afternoon, Officer Cohn. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. time did you arrive at the Estates Drive?
I don't know the exact time. It was in the report.
You give me an estimate?
It was afternoon, I believe.
Okay. Can you give me just a moment? Did you make a report yourself, Officer Cohn?
I did a supplement to the report.
Judge, can I approach the witness? May I approach the witness?
You may.
Officer Cohn, I'm going to show you what's called an incident report. Can you tell the jury what that is?
Incident report, like a CAD report? An incident report. Okay, that's an offense report, a report of the offense?
It says incident.
Correct.
So what is that?
It's the police report, an accounting of the event.
Would your supplement be in here?
Yes, it should be.
Look forward if you can give me a time that you arrived.
It is not in my supplement the time that I arrived. It would be on the CAD report.
Officer, when you arrived, was medical personnel still on scene or not?
No, sir.
Were other deputies still on scene, do you recall?
Detective Curry,
Detective Curry? Was he in a marked patrol vehicle or unmarked? Do you recall?
unmarked.
Was he the only other officer there at the time?
Yes, sir.
There were no other rescue units, of fire rescue of any kind?
Not that I recall.
Okay. How long do you think you stayed on scene at the Estates Drive address?
At least an hour.
Was your purpose there to take photographs and collect evidence?
Correct.
Okay. The photographs that were shown to you by the state, marked as photographs 9A through E, and I believe 10A and B. You took more photographs than that, correct?
I did.
As it relates to pictures 9A through E of the vehicle, do you know whether the items in the vehicle have been moved at all?
Not to my knowledge, they had not been moved.
But you're not sure.
No, sir.
You weren't there when EMS arrived, you weren't there when other law enforcement arrived?
No, sir. I photographed it as I saw it when I arrived.
Whatever time that may have been.
Yes, sir.
Same true for the photographs inside the home. You took more than those two photographs,
Yes, sir.
and you don't know what had been moved after EMS had arrived or law enforcement had arrived, correct?
Right.
Referring to photographs 10, A and B, one is of the kitchen, and one is of what you call a back porch. Could that also be a playroom?
It could be.
Okay. Is it fair to say that if you were looking at the photograph of the kitchen, that playroom was off to the left rear?
Yes, sir.
Does that sound accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it fair to say that when you did arrive, Rhonda Jewell was still at the home, correct?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that she was very upset and crying?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that she had urinated on herself?
Yes, sir.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Any redirect of this witness?
Just a moment, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Big range.
Very brief. Detective Cohn, when you photograph a scene, is it your habit and practice to take several photographs of the same objects or location?
Yes, it is.
Would those photographs be duplicative if all were shown?
I'm sorry?
Would showing all those photographs be duplicative? Would you see the same thing over and over?
Yes, sir.
No other questions?
Any other questions of this witness?
Just one last one, Judge. You took other photographs, so they weren't all duplicates, were they?
No, sir.
No other question.
Okay. Can she be excused, again, subject to recall?
Yes, sir.
You are excused, subject to recall.
Thank you.
Would the state call its next witness, please?
Next, Your Honor, will be Paul Dickinson.